My wife Adeline and I got married 2 years ago. She was a co-worker of mine, but since we were already in our 30s and she wanted to have kids, once we married, she became a housewife. Adeline was great around the house and even seemed to enjoy housework, so I was happy with the way we divided our roles as a couple. I also wanted us to have kids, but 2 years have passed since we got married and we haven't gotten anywhere. Maybe it's nice for us to enjoy our lives without children for a while, so I never gave it too much thought. One night, my colleagues invited me to a last-minute end-of-the-year drinking party. I called my wife and apologized. Sorry that this is so sudden. It's alright, have fun. I'll be home, so if you want me to prepare you anything to eat, just let me know, she said. I was grateful for how understanding she was, and when we finished, I rushed home. As I was walking from the train station to our home, I saw my wife on the other side of the street. She was walking with a man I didn't know, holding hands and laughing. What is this about? I couldn't understand what was going on. I hid in the shadows of a bus stop. I stood still for a while, collecting my thoughts. I guess she has been acting a bit weird recently. Since my wife used to work in the same company as me, she knew more or less what my schedule was like. But recently, she's begun to ask me very specifically about what time I'd be getting home every day. She's also been spending more time on her phone. Sometimes, as I'm talking, she'll stare at her phone, and I'd ask, "What are you doing?" Sorry, I was just playing games," she'd reply and hide her phone. Considering the man she was with earlier, she must be having an affair. Thinking back on this now, I should have acted as soon as I saw that, but I wasted my time with wishy-washy thoughts. Maybe I made a mistake. I must be confused. Then one day, Adeline left her phone in the living room and she went to take a bath. I felt bad, but I thought to myself, this will be my only chance, and I began looking through her phone. Doing so, my last remaining hopes were shattered. She hadn't deleted any of her texts, so I saw all of Adeline's lovey-dovey exchanges with her lover. She had taken many selfies with him, and even had photos where they were half naked in hotel rooms. They used a shared calendar app, and I saw that they had planned 1-year anniversary spa trip for next week. I had all the proof of her affair in front of me. They had been together for over a year, which shocked me even more. The happy married life I believed we shared was all a lie. I felt like throwing up. I took photos of her phone and put it back in its place. That night, my head was so filled with thoughts that I couldn't go to sleep. 2 days later, my wife casually said, "Next Wednesday, I was thinking about going on a trip with Alice, my friend from university, Alice. I haven't seen her in forever." She didn't think I knew anything. That was the day of the spa trip with her lover. It finally hit me that she had really betrayed me. Sounds good. Have fun," I said to her as if I knew nothing. I was angry that she had betrayed me and felt incredibly lame for letting her deceive me, but that day I decided to hire a private investigator to get to the bottom of this. It was the day of Adeline's trip with her lover. She was very excited and left early that morning. I had secretly taken time off and lazily played games around the house after she left. A few hours later, around the time I expected she'd arrive at her destination, I got a message from Adeline. "Made it safely. It's been so long since I lost that Alice. I'm so excited. Don't cheat on me while I'm away." I couldn't believe she'd say that. Even though she was on a trip with her lover, she was joking around and telling me not to cheat on her. I felt disgusted. "Don't worry about things at home and have fun. I'll be expecting souvenirs." "Of course, I won't cheat on you. Don't worry." I held myself back and pretended to know nothing. That was all she said to me that day, but she messaged me again the day after. "Good morning. Are you eating proper meals? I get an error whenever I try to use my credit card. I wonder what it could be. I'm sorry, but could you transfer me some money?" It's time, I kept thinking to myself. "You can't use the card because I blocked it. I won't send you any money, so ask the person you're with to lend you some cash," I replied to Adeline. "Wait, what are you saying? I can't do that. I don't know when I'll meet Alice again, so I can't just borrow money from her." As she continued to reply, she sounded angrier and angrier. "And why would you block the card? Did you max it out?" She seemed to assume that I had used the card without her permission. She sounded so incredibly stupid, but I kept my calm. "No, that's not it." When I said that, Adeline began to scold me. "What? Then why? Why are you acting so weirdly? Have you gone crazy?" Saying I've gone crazy, I couldn't help but laugh. "Gone crazy? You're the crazy one. Don't you know what you're doing?" Adeline still didn't seem to understand what I was saying, so I gave her a hint. "Who are you with right now?" Adeline began to act flustered. I told you, I'm with Alice, my friend from university. I don't know when I'll get to meet Alice again, and she has kids, so I can't just borrow money from her. Come on, send me some money already." It was hard for me not to laugh at Adeline, but I kept my composure. Please, stop lying. You aren't with Alice. I know everything. You and I had lunch with Alice together before we got married. That time, her and I exchanged phone numbers. I thought I'd call her today to wish her a fun trip with you, but she didn't know anything about a trip. Adeline had no idea I called Alice. I asked her again. So, who are you with right now? After staying silent for a while, she lied again. I'm alone. That's right, I came here alone. I thought you'd worry about me if I told you I was traveling on my own, so I told you I'm with Alice. I'm sorry for lying, but I'm really alone. After hearing Adeline's new excuse, I said, Really? Alone? Well, I won't send you money, so figure something out on your own. I hung up the phone. I picked up the luggage I had packed and left the house. That evening, I met up with the private detective I had hired and picked up the evidence he had gathered. Adeline called me again. Hey, Owen, where are you? I got home and your stuff isn't here. There were divorce papers on the table. Adeline spoke in a loud, moaning voice. I pulled the phone away from my ear because she was speaking too loudly and coldly told her, I rented myself a new place. Please sign those papers and send them to my parents' house. I won't meet you anymore. Adeline seemed to not understand what I was saying and let out a scream. Huh? What do you mean? You can't spring this on me so suddenly. What is this? Divorce and renting an apartment without asking me? I can sue you. I sighed. Did you think I didn't notice you were having an affair? Did you see what was inside the envelope I left you? Who are the people in those pictures? Adeline put down the phone and opened the envelope. That's just an ex-business partner. He helped me out a lot when I was still working, so I couldn't say no when he invited me to dinner. How do you have these photos? Are you a stalker? Obviously, these were also lies. I felt a bit bad. You really are a liar. I wonder if everything you've said to me since we first met has been a lie. I ignored Adeline's refusals and explained everything. I coincidentally happened to see you two walking together recently. I'm sorry, but afterwards I looked through your phone. You've been dating for a year now, huh? I hired a private investigator and collected evidence. I know everything. I've also already spoken to your parents about this. They apologized to me for what you've done. Making your parents do that, you really are a horrible person. Be sure to apologize to them. As I spoke, Adeline kept saying, Wait! And, No way! So it seems she didn't know I had spoken to her parents. Enraged, she began to yell louder than she had so far. Why did you speak to my parents about this, and not me? I didn't think you were such scum. Fine, I don't need you anymore, so let's divorce. I'll be happy from him from now on. After hearing her say this, I broke out into a smile. Really? I hope you're happy together. A few weeks passed. I was living a peaceful life on my own, but Adeline called me again. She seemed to be mad that I had contacted her lover's family. Because you said something so useless, his wife now knows too. His wife took their kids and went to her parents' house. Oh, isn't that great? This way you and him can be happy together. If he divorces his wife, can't you two remarry each other? Adeline suddenly spoke in a soft voice. I wanted to do that, but he can't get a divorce. He told me he won't meet me anymore. Why did this happen? She was talking as if I was here to console her. He chose his wife and kids over you. Isn't that natural? His wife's family is rich after all. Adeline began to speak in a baby-like voice. Hey, I've said some mean things, but I want to be with you after all. Why don't we try getting together again? She really just thinks about herself. I have no intention of returning to the past. Can you sign the divorce papers already? My lawyer contacted you, right? Didn't I tell you to talk to my lawyer from now on? Adeline was at a loss for words, and I cut off her call. She called me countless times after, but I never picked up. Afterwards, Adeline even came to my office and tried to talk to me, but I was on an assignment at another branch, so I didn't have to meet her. Rumors spread around the company, and after some of her ex-colleagues approached her about it, Adeline never returned. A little while after, I received the signed divorce papers at my parents' house. She had finally given up, and even agreed to pay alimony. She had used up her savings on her affair, and she's now paying the alimony off in monthly installments. Her lover ended up staying with his wife, but I claimed enough alimony from him to buy myself a new car. Adeline's lover even moved into a new house with his wife and kids, but I've heard rumors that they don't treat him well. Everything was finally resolved, so I felt at peace. Thinking about it now, this all would have been much more complicated if we had kids, so I'm glad I found out about Adeline's true self within the 2 years we were married. One day I want to meet someone new and start a family, but I won't rush into anything and will enjoy my life on my own for now. Thank you for listening. Did you enjoy this video? Please tune in for the next one. Please support us by subscribing to our channel.